So S24 Ultra kind of fell off with its camera performance. That's what I read a lot in the comments. So let's see if it's true and how it's gonna stack up against the latest iPhone 16 Pro. Today you will see everything these phones have to offer in the camera realm, from photography to cinematic videos to low light. And also we'll see if their zoom cameras can be perfected with a lens like this. I mean, it's a telephoto monster zoom lens. And I know maybe it's a little bit controversial to call these cameras kings, since I get many comments from you guys that there are some other contenders too in the phone world. Yeah, I'm talking about Vivo and Oppo. So let me know by hitting that like button if you like to see me test those phones as well, and I surely will. And now let's start testing these two phones. Let's go outdoors. Alright guys, so let's compare them side by side and let's see if there is any noticeable difference between these two phones. This is main camera. I'm trying to keep the shot very symmetrical, so all the lines are straight and we have more or less symmetry in the shot, so it looks more appealing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, S24. You know, I really gotta say, I love the anti-reflective screen on the S24 Ultra. It's really noticeable in the weather like right now. I'm not so sure if it's noticeable for you guys, but in real life, the difference is really big. Now, both phones offer you higher megapixel count mode, so you can crop on the image and presumably get more details in the shot. So S24 Ultra can go from 12 megapixel up to 200 megapixels, but you'll be limited only to 1x main camera in that case. And on the iPhone, I have to switch into the RAW max mode also, or go deep into the settings to adjust it. So you can see HEIF max is up to 48 megapixels, and personally I do like using HEIF max over the RAW. Yeah, there is not as much details, but the file is much more compressed, so you can save on the file size. So let's use the maximum resolution on both of the phones and see how they stack against each other. 2, 3. More or less they're the same, at least on the preview quality. I'm not so sure how it's gonna look on the bigger screen, so if you guys are watching on TV or monitor, you let me know. So far, many photos out of these phones are coming out very similar, but just before you took the photo and looking at the preview quality, well, they differ a lot. On the iPhone, the preview feels like more higher quality. On S24 Ultra, it seems like digitally over-sharpened, and it's much different compared to what you have once you took the picture. Now S24 Ultra looks different than it was on the preview. On the iPhone, the preview and the photo, they look more or less the same. What you see is what you get. I really want to get some kind of cool architecture shot, but for ultra wide angle camera, you have to go maybe closer to the subject. So guys, hold on. iPhone, S24. Which one do you prefer? On S24 Ultra, it kind of looks like there is a polarizer filter on it because it removed, for some reason, some of the reflections from the glass. On the iPhone, you get the reflections that you see in real life. And since we're talking about ultra wide angle cameras, I don't really like the macro mode on the ultra wide angle camera since it has a lot of distortions. And on S24 Ultra, you can use the 3x lens, and that's why I prefer the S24 Ultra over the iPhone for this matter. And on the same note, there are a few more lenses that Freewell sent to me, which I've not tried yet. Like this one, it's a 45x macro lens, which is crazy. So this lens has a built-in battery and you can zoom in even closer. It's like insane magnification, almost microscope-like. And you do need this light since you really put the lens so close to your subject, which does not allow the access from the outer light. And here you can see the difference. This is macro ultra wide angle camera, just the phone itself, and this is the 45x macro. That's insane. Now let's talk about the portrait mode. I think personally iPhone has the lead here. Yeah, I know I gave hard time to the iPhone because of the LiDAR sensor, and I said it's not usable and more of a gimmick, which increases the price of the phone overall, which there is some truth to that. But if we talk about taking portrait shots of the animals or somewhere in the wild, then the iPhone has the edge here, because as you see on this photo, S24 Ultra completely missed the focus in portrait mode. I mean, this photo is failed basically. But if we look on the iPhone, it's everything is sharp. What has to be in focus is in focus. So I think, color science aside, S24 Ultra loses to the iPhone in that case, just because of the LiDAR sensor and really good autofocus on the 16 Pro. Now that aside, we've tested already main camera and ultra wide, and it's time to dive into the telephoto photography. To be honest with you, it's the most exciting part for me about this phone. So let's go and test them. First things first, what's different on the S24 Ultra is that it has 3x telephoto as well as 5x telephoto. Personally, I wish they put 3x and 10x on the S24 Ultra, since 3x and 5x is just too close to each other and there is really little difference in terms of the focal length, but nonetheless it's still one camera extra over the iPhone. So let's see if they're any good with the 3x lens on the Pixel on the S24 Ultra. I have tested too many phones recently. Okay, so this is 3x, all right, and 5x on both of the phones. 1, 2, 3. The Galaxy seems a little bit more sharper, and iPhone looks a little bit smoothened out. Yeah, they look differently, but I feel like it's more of a personal choice. The Galaxy allows you to digitally crop even further, up to 100x. I'm standing so far away. There is like a street clock. I can zoom in and see time over there. This is maximum magnification on the Galaxy, and this is maximum magnification on the iPhone. I mean, on the iPhone you can zoom in as well, like this, in post, and basically like crop on the image. And it's just the Galaxy allows you to do this photo, take this photo without any post processing or like cropping in post. You can just do it right inside the camera app. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer. Yeah, let's try something crazy. Yeah guys, this is a telephoto lens. It looks like something NASA launches into the space to take photos at distant galaxies. I mean, do people really need to zoom in that far? So basically this lens you're supposed to install on the main camera. And a little heads up for you guys, if you want to film or take photos with this lens, nobody uses telescopes for stars or moon. Having them handheld is crazy, right? So you need a tripod. That's what we're gonna do. I have a tripod right here. That was a little bit too dramatic for a tripod reveal. We do everything epic on this channel. Everything for the likes. And if you have not left one, I know where you live, guys. And now I can also see where you live. Don't come after me. I have so much stuff in my backpack, guys. It's crazy. You probably don't see it in the camera. I'm basically like Dora in those kids cartoons. I have everything in my backpack. This thing is a grip. It has SSD disk inside, so I can record right into this SSD in ProRes or whatever I want. And this is the 6x telephoto lens on the main camera of the iPhone, and I'm using stock camera app. I'm not using any logo or anything. This is what you would get within the built-in camera app. Oh, it looks really good. Crazy difference the lens makes. Boom. It's insane. Oh my god. And right now you see the 5x magnification on the optical lens, and it's probably a little bit better in terms of the image stabilization, because when you use such a long lens you cannot really do any pans or tilts with the camera. And 5x optical lens on both of the phones, S24 and iPhone, allows you at least for some panning. So if you want to do a lot of those kind of movements in the shot, maybe it's better to use the optical built-in lens. But if you want to reach further, then this one will be your choice. And now let's see the S24 Ultra. 8K also is available on S24 Ultra, but there is little difference between them. It's more of a digital upscale. You will not see really more detail. 4K will be just enough for this, and I will attach the lens as well into the main camera. What's cool about the S24 Ultra is that there is a Pro video mode, which allows you to control ISO, shutter speed, all the manual settings. 1/60th shutter speed, ISO 800. Not ideal, to be honest. I would love to keep it lower, but it is what it is right now. So I will adjust my focus. As we go around the edges closer to vignette, everything is blurred out. That's actually a cool effect. I know if you want to have a really sharp clinical image, then in that case, of course, you would want the whole thing to be in the focus. But if you go for a more artistic direction, I think this is what I needed. Alright, so which phone is better for videos? When it comes to video, the iPhone 16 Pro consistently delivers better results. The Galaxy S24 Ultra can sometimes produce overly sharp footage, and it just looks a little bit inconsistent in quality. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not so much. While the iPhone remains stable and reliable. Yes, the Galaxy has the 8K video, but it's mostly digital upscale with minimal improvements or sometimes even decrease in quality. But still, all those manual adjustments give one key feature to the Samsung Galaxy, which I want to show you. So incoming monster zoom. Now you see S24 Ultra doesn't have the LiDAR sensor, it has manual override of the lenses. So if I turn on 5x telephoto, it will turn it on. That allows me to install this lens actually on that telephoto lens without the phone software interfering and switching between the lenses. So if you were wondering how the shot is gonna look like and how far we can zoom in if we install that lens onto the telephoto lens, well, it's this far. Oh my god, it's crazy. I mean, it's not like super sharp in focus right now. Every little shake will be noticeable in the frame. I feel like even when the wind is blowing, you can see a little jitter, and you see how much vibration goes in there. So this is ultra wide angle, 5x telephoto and 6x on the 5x telephoto. So that's probably at the moment as zoomed in as you can get with the phone using external lenses. But what if you want to use these phones for cinematic videos? My honest opinion is that Apple Lock is just so good, and I've not seen even one phone remotely close in the video department. And yes, there are third-party apps for the Galaxy allowing you to film raw videos even, but none of them worked well for me, even paid ones. And meanwhile, I could get a camera-like experience with the Blackmagic camera app for free. There is no built-in ads, no limitations whatsoever. Some of these clips you're watching right now were shot with a lens similar to this one. That's an anamorphic lens. What's cool about the S24 Ultra is that it has dedicated anamorphic de-squeeze, but you need to download Camera Assistant first, and I've covered how to do it in a separate tutorial right here. It's solely on the S24 Ultra, so if you want to learn how to use that phone a little bit better, then make sure to check it out. And a little disclaimer, with these lenses you have to use either a tripod or a gimbal if you decide to go for handheld. Try to avoid excessive shakes and prominent steps, because otherwise you might have a little bit of a jello effect, so you want to avoid it. Keep the camera really stable. Now if you want to get your lenses or any gear that I'm using for that matter, like a macro lens or microphones, maybe lights, then you can find all those links in the description. And guys, those links are affiliates, so when you're buying something, you're actually supporting my videos. If you want to support me without buying anything, you just can hit the like button and subscribe, because it's free and does the job too. And also, if you decide to buy something, make sure you don't have any of these scammy extensions like Honey, because recently there was a huge scandal that a lot of tech YouTubers promoted it. What happens is that Honey extension does not give you any discount. It steals all the commission from smaller YouTubers like me, which is heartbreaking to me, to be honest, because I put my heart and soul into this video. Sometimes it takes 3-4 weeks to get a video out, and it's just me who edited the video. And it's really sad to see huge YouTubers with 100 employees who make all those videos promoting the scammy service that steals all the money from someone who's trying to make the living off of YouTube. Now, after all these tests, I've got one clear winner, but is it really the phone that you should go for? You see, the Galaxy S24 Ultra excels in versatility and giving me manual controls, and I think if you edit your photos, then there is no better flagship for this, since it also has the pencil. It's perfect for editing on the go, selecting certain parts of the shot and masking it. It's just incredible. So it's a really super powerful phone for editing. It also has the DeX, so you basically can connect it to a monitor like this one and just transfer the whole experience on a bigger screen, which is awesome. Now, the iPhone 16 Pro though is a perfect for video creators and those who need more organic ecosystem with the MacBooks. So if I were choosing a phone for filming videos, then I would go for the iPhone. And if that's a phone for editing, retouching, and occasional filming, but not low light videos, then go for the S24 Ultra. Although photos in low light on the Galaxy are pretty good. But hey, that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments which phone's camera impressed you the most, and let me know which phone I should try in my next videos. Do not forget to check out all the gear that I tried in this video in the description below. And meanwhile, make sure to check out this video next, as I think it will be perfect for you. And I'll see you there. Bye bye.